What's up? It's the 21st Jeremy Scott program. I am joined here today by Rorey Chamberlain. He's done a few comedy shows on Grand Manan Island, but the main reason why I brought him on because I'm getting like professionals on here now, and you're a professional lobster fisherman.
I am, yeah, that is true. I'm a professional fisherman. I live over on. I've been there for about 8 years, and let me preface this first with saying that I don't really believe you're an experienced fisherman unless you're like a generational fisherman, like your grandfather had to be a fisherman, and your father, and then you.
You're first generation?
I'm first generation. I've only been at it for 8 years, so I'm no expert. I'm no expert by any means, but that is how I put food on the table at home, yeah.
When you started, was it just like you had a friend that was doing it that said, hey, you want to come on the boat, and you just started?
Yeah, essentially I had just gotten fired from my previous job, and then my brother was already on Grand Manan lobster fishing, and then I went fishing. Like, I got fired on a Friday and went fishing on a Monday and made as much money fishing by the day as I would have at my minimum wage job for the week. Like, yeah, what do you mean? Just it was like $500 a day.
I've heard it. The money hooks you. The money hooks you in that job.
Yeah. Well, you think that? I mean, that's a real easy way to. You would think that. But like fishing, your first day on a boat is either going to be the longest day of your life or the fucking coolest. Like the minute the lines let go of the boat, man, and you fucking can't see shore anymore, like some people immediately get seasick until the point of they get back, right? And some people, man, I mean, it's addictive. Like somebody before I had ever gone fishing, I worked in the marine industry. I sold fishing gear, essentially, and someone would ask me to go, and they'd be like, "Geez, well, the worst thing that could happen is you might like it."
You in 8 years, how many people do you think you've seen come on the boat and then just never do it again?
Oh, there's a high turnover rate, man.
Yeah.
I had one day I had a guy that had been in Canada for about all of 3 days. He was trying to immigrate. He was in the process of immigrating from Mexico, and my coworker, he was away anyway. He didn't have somebody lined up, so we had posted on the internet and took someone answered an ad anyway, and someone was delivering him down to the boat, and they're like, "Oh, he's got plastic bags for his boots or whatever," because he had hiking shoes on, like he didn't even own rubber boots yet. So I had to call my captain. I was like, "Yeah, old dog." I was like, "I don't want you to think I'm running late, but I have to run back and get a pair of boots for the day, guy." And he just started laughing. We knew it was going to be a long day. He'd like gone fishing on shore, like never been on a boat, man. Like I had to walk around. His English was like pretty good because he was trying to immigrate, but I know no Spanish. I was like walking around pointing at all things like, this is what we call the table. This is the block, and
he's like, where are the worms? Like,
where are the worms, right? And then fucking at the end of and it was like a 12-hour day, and it was spring, and his job was to take all the traps up off the table and set them down in a pile so that I can throw a trap off, and then they'd go off in a row afterwards. But I mean, and that's, you'd think pretty straightforward, but if you never like even seen any of this stuff before, it's like he was just like throwing them into a big pile, and I was like, had to run back and tell him. Anyway, he started to get seasick at one point of the day, and I put my hand on his shoulders, and I was like, "Man, like I know you're fucking not digging this, but there's only 2 of us out here, so you gotta like fucking get it together, man." He was ready to run through a brick wall.
It seems like my sister dated a fisherman when I was a kid. It seems definitely like it's an assembly line out there. It has to work or it screws the whole thing up because you guys are moving along. Those traps have to go out at the right time and be in line, and you can't be like, shit, I don't know where my thing is.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You can't just stop the boat right there and then.
You know, it's like if you fuck up, like if each fuck up takes you fucking a minute and you fuck up 30 times a day, you're to fucking another half an hour and the day's already fucking 14 hours long some days. Or like sometimes you got to be places like you don't ever think about it, but you're fishing a lot on the tide. Like some of your gear is not accessible at high tide.
Yep.
So you're trying to get stuff done to get there. And then the way tides work is they're bigger. bigger and smaller at different times of the month or whatever. So like sometimes it's more of a rush than other days, you know what I mean, and or whatever. And I mean, and again, that might be just my experience. Maybe there's some laid back boats there. I mean,
Yeah.
but we're not.
A lot of camaraderie out there on the boat, eh?
Oh yeah, that and a lot of
Yeah.
bowling.
A lot of bowling
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It's about the only way. Like you sometimes it's hard to fire people for be like just like your sock. It's not really. Can't really do that these days, so it just results
Yeah.
into kind of maybe a little bit of a bullying situation.
Do you ever get out? You got new people starting all the time,
Yeah.
and you got guys that are probably like your brothers out there on the boat,
Yeah.
for sure. But then you'll have days where like you're getting stuck with some people, and you're just thinking
Greenhorns.
you're like,
They're
I'm
greenhorns.
gonna die with these fucks, and I don't even like them.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if it gets into survival instinct, I like to feel confident that it's going to be me over them,
Yeah.
over the nerd. But you know what I mean.
You had some close calls.
Yeah, I've gone overboard. On over the boat, over the side of the boat. It was my fault. I was like high on amphetamines, and I fucking
You're leaning.
and I was leaning, and then I was gaffing for a buoy and the tide was running towards the stern. It pulled, and I just was leaning over too far. It pulled me over. I was like all fired up anyway. I went in under the water head first, and so I like knew I was ahead of the propeller. Like the propeller was gonna go by me. So when I hit the water, I like did like a pull away,
Yeah.
and I swung underwater, man, and I could see the wash of the boat going over my head, man, and that was like stuck with me forever. You know what I mean? I
Man,
can
you
still
probably
see
had some
it, right?
dreams of that, waking
oh,
up
for
with
sure,
that.
Man.
That's heavy.
For like months, right? But they got me back aboard, man. I fucking got all dried off, fucking. Then I went back. I did the same job later the day. I got back on the horse. No point in being scared. I think everyone almost goes in one way or the other. One
Yeah.
time I fell off the boat at the wharf doing something. Let me go to reach for something. It's not there. And that counts too. It's not as dramatic.
Oh, it's dangerous near the wharf too. I
Yeah.
mean, you got a lot of old like jagged things around
Oh,
there that
man.
you can fall into.
Like the tides are super big on Grand Manan, so like
Yeah.
sometimes like you get home and like your right tide is exhausted and you just got to go up a 20-foot ladder with a like, wet tangled up rope. It's like pulling you back down your bag. You're like fuck, like there's got to be an easier way.
I've been over there a couple times. You had me over there for a few comedy shows,
Yeah.
and there's a time I went over, and one of the comedians that was coming over, I wanted him to come up on deck with me to have a smoke, and he was like, no.
No.
And then I realized that he was like terrified
Yeah.
of the water altogether. Like he hated it. He had to stay inside the boat, didn't want to look at the horizon, didn't want to see anything. And then I just started Googling pictures of like the Grand Manan adventure and like these hurricanes and
Yeah,
like
drone
these
of
giant
doom,
storms.
yeah.
I was like, it gets pretty rough out here,
Yeah.
man.
Well, that's like one of the things too about fishing. It is like it's easy to romanticize the job because we're not supposed to be there on the ocean. Like we're fucking.
You're defying nature.
We're land mammals, right?
Yeah.
And like here we are. I don't know. I'm staking out my claim off the fucking ocean, and like I mean, someone once said to me like we're like the last. It feels like you're the last of the hunters. Like what puts food on my bread is what's in the traps, right? So I mean, it's fun when you're young and you're full of piss and vinegar, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It works out. I mean, it was on a boom, right? There was a lot of lobsters. The price was high. Now there's fewer lobsters, and the price is like probably a little higher than what it was.
I met a lot of lobster fishermen on PEI. I do a lot of HOC work over there.
Yeah.
So I'll see those guys, and they look like they're doing really good.
Yeah.
But they're not like money guys, like Wall Street guys that are like, this is it. These guys, they have a look to them. They're like, I'm earning my pay because I'm facing danger.
Any
every day.
PEI guy, fisherman I ever met was just like happy he had a 50 horsepower John Deere tractor at home.
Yeah.
And that's like all they ever seem to care about is the tractors over there.
Yeah, the tractor, the side by side.
Yeah. It doesn't take a lot to keep them happy, and that's good, right? Fishing's great if you're fine with living within your means.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm 35, so I didn't start fishing until I was like 26, 27, and I had just worked like dead end jobs up to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was like went from making $60,000 a year to making over 100. You know what I mean, right? Like just.
But you're earning it. It's like oil rig stuff. It's danger paid.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
it's dangerous. Our fishing season runs from November till July, and I'm essentially on call for 8 months out of the year. Like, I mean, that's because you got to go.
So
when
you're
you
not
gotta
even
go.
out there like when it's warm, right? Like you when you fall in the water, it's cold. It's
Yeah, the
fucking
water's cold.
ice.
Yeah, it's cold, man. Yeah, I was. We were recently scallop dragging off of Alma. A couple, like just a few weeks ago, there was like a big winter blizzard that had passed through, and we left in a snowstorm. And once we got up there, there was a cold snap, so the boat gets all iced up, man. And like you go out for a piss at fucking 4:30 in the morning to start your day, and you're like, holy fuck, like we're not supposed to be here.
So
Like,
you'll
it's
leave
pitch
Grand
black.
Manan and go over to Alma?
Yeah,
Like how far will you? What's the farthest that you go from Grand Manan?
Well, that is it. That's
it.
been it for me.
That's your
but, like,
range.
yeah,
you got to
yeah.
refuel when you get there or something?
Well, we were gonna have to refuel to get home. We almost we were gonna have to refuel. Well, we
Okay.
didn't, but we should have. We barely got home. If we would have stayed up there another day, we would have sailed into St. John to get fuel. But you can only get into the wharf there at high tide. It's just like
Range anxiety
Yeah.
on a boat, man. Like I get it with a car when I'm just like looking at my
man,
E.
there's no-
and I'm just like I can make it home, but you can't just die out in the middle of the
we
water.
just checking it with a fucking stick, man, out of the tank. That's all. That's all there is. We measure it in boot lengths. I'm not even kidding.
Actual math too. It's not even like your boat just says this many knots till empty.
Yeah, we're like, no. But yeah, I mean, it's just part of the thrill, I guess, of it, man. You know what I mean?
I gotta ask. So, like, if you go to a music store, you're not supposed to play "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah.
When you're on a fishing boat, is it like understood that you don't play the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Oh no, that could be a pump up jam, man.
If things get rough, like, do you guys put that on? Like, is it accepted? Like, we're
we
gonna die
fucking-
to this song?
Yeah, probably. I mean, no, it's more the fucking as far as superstitions go, corduroy pants,
Cheers.
bananas, no bananas off the boat. They used
Like
to be
food bananas
yeah,
or
yeah.
clothing bananas?
No,
Like the food.
you can wear your banana hammock if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good, but no bananas usually. It used to be corduroys, but now you look like a fool in jeans on a boat. You don't wear jeans aboard a boat.
No.
You know what I mean? So,
Is it because when they get wet, or is it?
I don't know. Yeah, and you just don't. It's just like, I don't know. If you're working in wet jeans, you're probably not right in the head.
No.
You know what I mean? So, and then it becomes like a blessing. Like right now, I'm wearing my Titown sweatpants.
Yep.
Right? You get fancy sweatpants. The rest of them, I work sweatpants.
Fucking out of a Pontiac van.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Didn't see that wave, man. Came out of
There's
nowhere.
armrests,
That
too,
swell
built
came
in.
out of nowhere, man. Jesus. Brace.
You've been on Grand Manan for 8 years?
Yeah, 8 or 9, yeah.
8 or 9?
I
So
was
you were growing up a mainlander.
Yeah. So I have the outsider perspective on island life.
Do they still treat you like an outsider?
No, they like me, but I mean, it's like I'm not from there. They do like
Okay.
Islanders love their family trees, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in a lot of small towns do, or so and so's Betty's nephew twice removes, whatever.
Yep.
So they know I'm not there. They know I'm not. You know what I mean? They keep a good tab on who's coming and who's going, but they like me, man.
I was fascinated with Grand Manan when I was a teenager and in my early 20s because of all like the Freemason lore and Cheney Island over there.
Yeah.
Like I had it in my head that if I ever won the lottery, I was going to buy Cheney Island just to have Cheney Island and do like a 9/11 museum over there.
Yeah. Is it the?
I think it's sold.
Is it? Are you talking about the one that is it the Rothschilds that own Kent Island or something like that? Man, there's another one. We can look it up after the show. But there's Kent Island on Grand Manan.
Yes.
Was given to a university to do fucking migratory bird watch, and
I know about that one.
and
yes.
it was gifted to them by one of like the 1%ers. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is people don't get this about Grand Manan.
A lot of
It's like
copper.
there's a connection to like the big world on this little island, and you show up there, you don't see it. You go to the graveyard, you'll see all these Mason symbols.
Yeah.
There's a temple over there.
They've been
Shout
there.
out to the
People-
Masons.
Shout out to the Masons. They've been there. Like it seems like when you live there, like the history doesn't go much farther back than 200 years, but like they've been there for fucking ever.
You've been there for the whole time.
You know what I mean? Everyone's been there since like fucking whatever. Like, you know what I mean? There's been people there the whole time. Like
I noticed on the boat too, you have like
had to have
pictures.
been.
Like all the paintings and shit that'll be hanging on the ferry.
Yeah.
And they'll have like a little plaque of saying who
The
was donated
paintings
by.
and shit on the ferry.
Yeah, the paintings and shit. Yeah, just crap.
just fucking one sip of Moose Light.
Yeah.
The shit on that boat.
This is the most maritime
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
right now.
Oh, right now, man. We're doing it.
But all those pictures that are on there, like they'll show who donated them, and I noticed a large number of them just say donated by unknown.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they don't even.
yeah,
They're like, I don't even want my name there. I just have the picture.
The picture just exists.
Yeah.
No, we don't even know who took it. The ferry is even really relatively. The whole concept of a ferry is even relatively new.
How were people getting over there before?
Well,
the
they
ferries?
used to have, and I think it's a bigger deal in Maine, but there used to be a mail boat that used to just kind of service like Campobello, Deer Island, and like some islands in Maine too, right? Because it was more used to be more tied in with Maine than it ever is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I think it was called the Mail Boat Rex. And I think there used to be even if you had to go to, like, you would hop on the Mail Boat Rex to go to the mainland or go to Deer Island.
Damn, eh?
Steamboat, right?
Steamboat, yeah. And then it was fishermen, so they already had their own boats.
Their boats, right? You know what I mean?
Okay, so they're making their own food and they're just living.
Oh, yeah. It's funny, though, because there's towards the southern part of Grand Manan, there seems to, be, more pastures where they would have had cows and shit, but there's, still no farm over there. But someone was, they're big and strong. They were drinking milk.
It's a fascinating place. I know. I seem to always go in the off season. Like I've been there a lot in the spring. You were doing the comedy shows over there that were in September.
Yeah.
I never get over right in the peak of summer. I think once I went over there in the peak of summer.
In the summer.
It's
man.
beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. Sandy beaches. Fucking sunsets, man. Sunrises.
If you're gonna sleep outside on Grand Manan, be there in the summertime.
Has anyone ever invited you to a comedy show and made you sleep outside before?
No. No, well, people have invited me to comedy shows and be like, yeah, you should stay at my place, and then they get real awkward at the end of the show, and then I sleep in my van at Walmart.
Yeah.
You saw my van that I have. I got that after that.
Yeah, you just
I got that after that because I was like, I'm never sleeping outside ever again.
You guys had Clive Lucas in the back. There was no back seat in the car. He was just sitting in a lawn chair.
Yeah, he was sitting in a lawn chair, and the other guy that came over, shall remain nameless. He came over, and he was like a tiny little guy.
Yeah.
Just like a stage above a hobbit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you can sit in that seat, and he put up a big stink, and I'm just like, we're just getting on the ferry. It's fine. It's a lawn chair. Who cares? It'll be fine. But then we put Clive. Who's tall.
Probably more of a chance for ejection. Since he's so small, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was an accident, it's just sitting in a lawn chair.
I know I'm going to get in an accident, so then I just open the sunroof just so there's a clear path out for him. Yeah.
Very Looney Tunes-esque.
Man, that was a mess. I swear to God, that weekend, I think I shaved 8 years off my life.
Yeah.
My liver and my kidneys were just hanging on for dear life, just like Rocky right at the edge of the fight where he's like,
Adrian! Yeah, no, man.
I had fun there though. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the second show. I had a lot of fun. The Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
That was great.
Man, we're doing that. I'm doing that big next summer. I think 6 shows I want to do.
Yeah.
But
so you've been over there for 8 years.
Yeah.
And you did bring up you want to be a captain. You want to do your own ship, eh? So you're in the fishing.
I like fishing, man. But I think you do anything for 8 years. I mean, it seems like I got to come away with it with some education or whatever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I like people seem to like working with me, man. So I think and then there seems to be a lot of work in the tug industry. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Plus, there's some other after you really work on the water and you get to know how kind of horrible it is. You will be out there and you'll see great big beautiful 100-foot boats sailing by, and you're like, oh geez, I wonder what they're having for lunch today. The chef's making that. I got ham and cheese in my book bag. But fishing, I mean, yeah, it's been it's a love-hate thing, man. It's a love-hate thing for sure.
I met a guy. I used to sell insurance when I was 19. That was my first job that wasn't a kid's job. And I went over to Grand Manan, and there was a guy who he'll remain nameless. He was an old-timer, and he was a lifelong fisherman. And I went into his house. It was the middle of summer, and he had the wood stove just going. And it was, I swear to God, it was like Mexico inside his house. And his wife said he was just cold his whole life, and now he just never wants to be cold again. It was hot outside, and I walked in his house, it's hotter.
Yeah. That's like a notorious thing from being out on when you work out on deck. the captain, I mean, he's inside, man. You'll come in and he'll have the heat just cranked in there, like make you almost seasick. You know what I mean? In the wheelhouse, especially in the winter. Sometimes they leave it right on, like leave it on way too late in the spring.
Man.
Hot in there. But yeah, it's cold, man. It's cold. But you're like when you're out on back, man, like you're working super hard. You're getting a sweat on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
the
getting
adrenaline, all that shit starts coming in, and you just come
yeah.
to life.
Yeah. I mean, there's adrenaline. There's like a lot of like fucking exciting moments, but there is a lot more fucking days where nothing happens and you just go through the motions. You know what I mean? And it's just like a boring. Like it's good. I mean, it's good. It's because you can just think about other shit. Like I'm out there daydreaming, man, for fucking 10.5 hours a day sometimes. But I mean. Sometimes, but then shit happens. I mean, you got to be on your toes.
Yeah.
You got to keep your head on a swivel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because things change real fast.
Things change real fast, man.
Things change really fast.
You know, the weather changes fast, man. But you kind of know what you're getting into. Usually you'll like know like it'll be like you're really only fishing weather in like for a few weeks of the year at the start of the season. And then you kind of will like fish around the weather. But you get into points where you get like weather windows where it's like, you know, it's going to be shitty for 4 days on either side of this one window that's nice.
Yeah.
And that sometimes get you in a pickle. That'll get you in some seas, man. They get you thinking when you're out fishing and the weather gets shitty, you'll tell everyone on the boat will start talking to each other and be like, well, you know, it wasn't as shitty as this, you know, the last time we were out. You remember 2 years ago when we were out there, man, it was so shitty that day. It's not that bad out. And then by the time we get to the wharf, we're like, holy fuck, man, that was way shittier than when we were out there. Like, that would have been the shittiest day ever.
Especially with the new guys. Like, you got to talk to them, but this is nothing. And then you get back and be like, that was the worst shit I ever seen.
Yeah, like every day, new guy be like, you do this a lot? Be like, oh, this is fucking, there's 3 other levels past this level, man. Meantime, you're like, holy fuck. Like, you're not even showing it, though, especially you've been there for a minute. But I mean, like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, we got caught in a storm one time, man, and like there was like, it was like it came on to like 5 meter seas or whatever, man, and like it looked like when the waves are rolling, because they don't break at sea, right? They just roll. I mean, they do kind of break, but not very often. You just like roll, and it almost looks like a fucking foothill is like rolling towards you because it's like horizon length, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like the boat pitches up like heels, I guess, like 15 degrees or so, or high. It heels up high, man. Like the boat, the waves face is about as long as the boat. So at one point you're like at the degree of the wave, and then you just roll over the other side of it, and the boat rights itself, right? Fucking physics is crazy, man.
Man, it's
like how you're always like you're running. People think it'd be hard to fall off the boat, but you're on the boat, man. Like you're being pulled to the boat.
Yeah.
You're glued to the boat. So like when the boat goes up a wave, you're
being pushed into the deck.
Yeah,
like
and when it goes down the wave, you're being let up from the deck. So like when we pick up the traps that weigh 90 pounds sometimes and we're going the wave hitting the wave, man, the trap gets heavier because of physics. And then you get to the top of the wave and you start to go down and the trap gets lighter. Again, physics. So you do get, after some experience, not on your first day, but you learn to fucking pace yourself.
And use those waves.
Use them fucking waves, baby. Use the motion of the ocean, man. And then, you know what, and you just
That's
like,
it.
Oh, yeah,
take your wife out when it's choppy so you have a good little thing.
Man, good little
you don't have to do any work.
No, man. No.
Just ride the sea.
Ride the sea, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
Poseidon's on your side.
Man. You know what I mean? No, I don't know. Yeah, so it's like there's like all kinds of things, man. But there's like, yeah, like I said, the biggest thought I always have about it, man, is like you just sometimes really feel like you're not supposed to be there. Like you really, that's the feeling I get. I don't get scared. I just got the feeling like I'm somewhere where I'm really not supposed to be. And we've all been there. Yeah. That's a very relatable feeling.
That's like the legend of like the fucking sailors from like 500 years ago and Poseidon and all this. Like there's a god. The ocean is a god.
Yeah.
And you're there by his grace. He can decide at any moment you're not playing in his park anymore.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. I mean, definitely before there was weather reports. You know what I mean? But
you guys still like watch the sky and make those judgments?
No, we like going to the wharf.
Yeah.
We like, instead of like you see the weather forecast on the radio on the fucking weather app.
Yeah.
And we know we're not like we wouldn't normally go, but sometimes we'll go down and it's called taking a look at it. You go for a look at it. Yeah, we're gonna look at it at 4:30, and then we all drive down the boat, and then we get the boat running, and then the captain comes down, and he comes down to the end of the wharf, and he'll walk out of his truck and comes down and goes, "Yeah, boys, yeah, we'll take a look at it at 6."
You got to have a lot of faith in the captain that he's not some Looney Tune that'll take you out there. And
Yeah. There's a couple. A couple. One of my first rules of fishing is you got to have a captain that loves his family. You don't want a captain recently divorced.
No, that's like a pilot, like who's going through rough times. You don't want him.
He's
flying.
gonna recently divorced captain's gonna work you hard. You know what I mean? Another rule is there can only be one drug addict per boat.
Fair.
That only works. You get more than one drug addict.
They're stealing each other's drugs.
Yeah. It does not work. Someone's got to be. There can only be one, and that could be any. That's transferable. It can be any member of the boat, but it can only be one.
Can only be one.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much. Those are two pretty key rules, man.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take you a long way.
Well, I grew up New River Beach area.
Nice.
So a lot of family like in LaPro and
Shout
stuff.
out Charlotte County. Fucking love Charlotte County.
And I didn't like fish.
No.
I never liked fish. So it was good for them because they would just make me other things and I could have as much of that as I wanted. Well,
Nice.
they had like the skull, all that other crap. But I used to go, and my mom's friend, her son was like a fisherman, and I specifically remember this one time we were at her house like doing something, and it was just horrible weather. It was right in like the Pocalogan area, so you could see the ocean, and it looked terrible. And she's going on about how her son's out there. She's waiting to hear from him, and I was like dumb. I was like 7 years old, so I kept like going up to the window and be like, "Looks terrible out there." I just kept bringing it up, like, "Oh, it looks horrible. How would a boat even survive in that?"
Yeah. I have one. Ours is when my favorite ones when we were out fishing on our like 60-foot long boat, and the fucking 150-foot ferry's tied up at the wharf. They're like, "No, can't run the ferry." Have a good day today, guys.
What's better, to be in a big ass? To be in the ferry?
Big ass boat.
You wanted big,
you want
bigger,
big,
better. Yeah.
Big ass boat.
I guess that's like the being in like a big, like a 747 versus being in one of those prop planes.
Yeah.
It's way smoother.
They don't fly they don't fly them into hurricanes.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
You got to be in the big plane. But there's but if big boats go slow, you know what I mean? Big boats go slow. Again, physics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I have
displacement shit.
I have a small boat.
Cool.
I just do lakes and shit. I almost drowned in the ocean once.
What kind of boat is it? Canoe?
Yeah, I got a 20-foot canoe, and then I got a 13-foot. It used to be a sailboat, but I just use this as like a bass fishing boat.
Nice.
But
does it got a little swing keel on it?
I took all that shit off. I just got electric trolling motors. I just go out and drink and just enjoy the water. But there are lots of times that I prefer that, because that long canoe, when I get out in the lake and it gets messy, man, and that the waves just start directing that around, and I can't.
You got to put you got to get the weight ballast in it. You put rocks in it, man.
I need to balance it out. Usually I get my shepherd to sit in the front, but he doesn't like that.
No, he's choppy up there.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
A little rough up there.
It's a little rough, but there's been times where I've been out and there's a lake about 45 minutes from here that when I first started going out there, all my like local friends said, don't pay attention to what it looks like when you're leaving, because it changes out there. Be prepared for the worst, because there's been times that I've gotten to the other side of the lake and I got to come back, and then it just gets super choppy, and I can't go where I want to go. I have to go where the water is going to let me go, because I can only drive straight. As soon as I start going sideways, it just starts bucking me, and then I end up just having to go to some place and just sit there for a while waiting for it to come back. Have you been stranded? Have you guys had to go somewhere and just wait out the water?
We had a fuel problem one time with our boat while we were fishing alongside of an island, where our boat just shut off and wouldn't start up.
Okay.
And we had to throw anchors off the side of the boat to catch the bottom.
Yeah.
And we were dragging towards the island. So the first thing was well, we got to get the boat stopped. So it did eventually caught on some rocks on the anchors, did their job or whatever. And then you were sitting there fucking, well, now it's a race against time because the tide's going one way or the other, and you don't want to get fucking beached there. So we had to figure out what was going on with the fuel, and it was a valve was, we'd had work done to our boat and they forgot to turn a valve back on. so the boat worked until it got starved of fuel or whatever.
Okay.
So like, and then it was like their diesel engine, so you have to prime it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like we're like doing all that shit, man, and fucking drifting towards an island. That was probably the most timid. That was like the most like nervous I'd see my captain. So that was like the most nervous I ever got.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the most like upset or scared I'd ever been on the boat was like when I first started fishing, I fished by I had the day job on with and my brother was the share guy on the boat, and the trawl was running out, and my brother went to step over the rope, and they say you don't ever put your feet in the rope. It's like rule number 1 of fishing is don't step on the fucking rope, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't. He went to go step over it, but there was a bite, which is like when a piece of rope grabs another piece of rope, like there's a circle around another circle,
Yeah.
and we'll pull a chunk of it, and a bite grabbed him, and it grabbed my brother, and I watched him get dragged like 25 feet down off the back of a boat, and he was trying to kick his boot off.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him go off the stern, and usually in a man overboard drill, when you see someone goes overboard, the first person, they don't take their eyes off the person that goes overboard.
Yeah.
Right? And then the next person grabs a life ring that has no rope and throws it into the water just to mark the area.
Yeah.
Right? Because if like something happens, you'll drift with that life. You might not be able to grab it, but you'll be in the vicinity of each other.
Yeah.
And then the next guy, and after he throws that one, you grab the one with the rope. But you're not supposed to take your eyes off of the person. And I did. I went to grab the life ring because it was my brother. And when I stuck my head back around the corner of the wall after he went off the edge and not seeing him, I didn't immediately see him in the water. And it was like the first time I ever realized how vast the ocean was. Like it was the only time I'd ever really looked like the whole horizon, like, you know what I mean, like really. And then like luckily I heard him holler, and he popped up next to the boat, and we pulled him back in, man.
Jesus, man.
I threw out this life ring. The rope was like whatever tangled up, and I threw out this life ring, and it was like just held on by like a thread, right? And it was like not a big panic, like he came up, so it's like not a panic situation. And he was like in shock, and he was like, man, his boot came off. He was like wanted me to drag him out to his boot, like let the rope go so he could swim out to his boot. And I was like, nah, man. Like,
you're like more concerned, like you're alive right now, dude.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
your boot.
Fuck the boot, right? You're coming. Like, no, man. Like the boot's like maybe we'll circle back.
He's just in shock. That's how he's coping. Is he wants the boot back.
He wants the boot back. We're like, no, man.
Man.
He's like, he just was. He wore. My brother was. He had all new oil gear on that day, and he wore it down the wharf, so he looked like a fucking greenhorn or whatever. Like met him at like when he showed up to work, he like wore his oil gear to work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He was like showed up and he had these new boots he was talking about. But
that's scary, man, because there's nothing to base where you are off of. The water just looks the same.
Yeah.
Your boat drifts. You don't know where you are.
If you didn't know if he's fucking like up until then, man, I always like kind of always felt like the boat was a safe spot, and like nothing really apart from like 10 feet away from the boat really mattered. And that was like the first time I ever like didn't know if somebody was like 10 feet away from the boat or fucking 2 kilometers. I mean, I knew it was close, but it was just like the visual part of it, I guess.
Yeah, and time goes by real fast, because that might have been like 30 seconds, but in your head it felt like probably 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
like
it was crazy. When I saw him go off, man, I thought I lost him. I guess I did. It was fucking sketchy. So I mean,
you haven't lost anybody in the 8 years out on the boat with you?
Not on the boat. No, I've lost some. No, not out on the boat. Yeah, no, we've been lucky.
You've been lucky.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not like the 70s.
Not lucky,
the 70s was worse.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. I mean, we do the job as safely as we can.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do things out there that no one would ever. You'd never ever do it.
Yeah, you don't have it's not like construction where you don't have like safety people that just randomly show up while you're on the boat. Like you'll see a boat coming, when there's an inspection or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're just hammering away on the boat and then a safety guy just pops up. He's just like, that's not right, and issues you a ticket or something.
It was like we had some mechanical issues this year on the day that we set traps, and we were like working in the harbor, and like people were showing up from the island to take pictures of us doing stuff. And then so I kind of knew that day we were probably going to be in for a long evening.
Yeah.
We were like up to like, you know what I mean? Everyone's showing up. We're like, oh, I can't believe these guys are doing this.
You got to follow the book.
You know what I mean? So like that night we were like, our boat broke down and we had to set out a load of traps after dark or whatever. So some of this is going to sound like gibberish, but we had 260 lobster traps on the deck of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to set them off one by one. Right. And there's 40 of the traps go together on a string.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time our boat broke down and then we had to get a boat taken from a compound and dropped into the water and sailed down to us and then load that boat up.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to our fishing grounds and when we got down there, it was pitch black out and me and the guy, we have lights on the boat, but since there's so many traps on there, like buried in the lights, you have to like work towards the light. You know what I mean? And the guy comes down there and he looks at me and he goes, what the fuck are we going to do, man? He's like, how the fuck are we going to do this? I said, man, we're just going to do it one step at a time. Like, give me we put a balloon on. I don't care if like, you'd usually try to have a match. I was like, just give me a balloon. We'll tie it on. Mm-hmm. I was like, we're going to go slow, man. I was like setting that one out by fucking feel, like up above my head. And it was crazy. Couldn't even see. There wasn't even a fucking, like, it was not even like no moon. It was so fucking dark, man. It was
crazy. Are you guys using like a GPS to know where your traps are? Is that what the modern guys are doing?
Oh, the
You tag your
electronics.
spots?
Yeah. The electronics are now, like, nowadays are as cool, man.
Used to be just like buoys or what?
Well,
you put like a buoy out there and you'd mark it on the map, like we dropped our traps right there, right?
What they used to have, I don't know. As far as GPS goes, I think they've had to use a compass and a chart, right?
Yeah.
And then for the bottom, to find out how deep things are, they used to just have like a fucking pencil thing that scribbled the bottom on sonar. Like that was like the first sonar.
Okay.
That would have been pretty high tech, right?
Yeah.
But now it's all fucking, the bottom ocean's like pretty mapped, like on the close to land.
You guys have like what the fishermen, like bass boats where I see like people have a little thing on the bottom of the boat that can literally just ping the bottom.
Transducer. Yeah.
You know exactly where the bottom is.
What it looks like. Yeah. And how far.
So many people have been out there at this point. Most of that stuff's mapped.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you're not gonna find a new ledge.
Do you ever get inspired to be like a pirate or something, or like go out and just start?
Yeah.
Living the life?
I mean, you can't cancel me. Because it's hard to take somebody's rubber boots, right?
There's like 5 people watching.
Yeah,
this right now. We're fine.
You can't, yeah, we're good, yeah. But whaler, I would like to be like the guy on the harpoon with the whaling ship.
Yep.
I know everyone thinks. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's a big fucking fish. Yeah. Like people go like, I don't know.
What about tuna?
Tuna, tuna. It's pretty big in Nova Scotia. They're not as much. I think they're more on the continental shelf side of Nova Scotia.
They don't come into the bay.
I think they do more and more frequently, but there's not a much of a commercial fishery for it. Mm-hmm. It's more on the other side of Nova Scotia. There is a zone from like in Digby. I think there is some. You got to remember, there's a lot of bureaucracy in the fucking.
I know it's like a 1 day a thing that you can go out there.
Well, like, it's a quota. It's a quota system.
Yeah.
So like there would be tags and quota and shit like that. Like so like, but I know you have to have like a commercial fishing license, tuna license to do like guided tuna tours. Like if you're American, you want to come here, you have to go with a commercial tuna fisherman.
Yep.
That would be like my dream job, man. Fish on, fuck people would be excited. Fish on. Fuck, they're huge, right? Bigger. I mean, like lobsters. Like I have gone halibut fishing with like a long line, and like they are big fish too, like 200 pounds. But they're like already like half fucking dead when you get them up there. Like I want to like fight the fish. I want to go mono a mono. You know what I mean? Plus, if you were tuna fishing, you'd catch sharks as bycatch.
Yeah.
Which would if you like fishing.
Do you like fish for vacation? Like, do you ever like go down south to like Florida and go do like that sport fishing, or do you just want to be on vacation and get away from it?
Well, I mean, given the opportunity, just never really pursued it. You know what I mean? Okay. Like it definitely seems something I'd like to get into more, just like doing on Grand Manan as a hobby. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's pretty hard to like. Yeah, I'm like, nah, the boat. I'm good on boats.
Yeah, you want to be on land when you're on vacation. I mean?
Especially I've been like drunk on them fucking down in the south, man, on like those booze cruises. And you're like, yeah, no, I can get that. I'm a fisherman. they're like, yeah, man, just chill.
When I first started this, I wanted to do an episode with somebody out on the boat on the river But like I just don't have the budget for that. Like if some shit happens and all my gear goes overboard, it's just like, oh, there's my whole fucking show sinking to the bottom.
Mosquitoes buzzing. Can we add more mosquitoes?
And that'd also be like the one time too, like drinking out on the boat that we get nailed.
Yeah. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I've been out here 100 times
Yeah.
and I'm filming. Now you're getting me.
Yeah.
So you're fishing. You got 8 years.
Got 8 years.
Do you think when you're older you'll do like tours and stuff for Grand Manan people, like whale watching and do that kind of thing?
Shout out to Sea Watch Tours. I'm doing sea tours this summer, man. Whale
Okay,
tours.
because it's summer. You're not doing the fishing in the summer.
No, I'm not
so
fishing. You can fish in Grand Manan around the summer. There's like 2 fishing areas around Grand Manan.
Mm-hmm.
One is the Gray Zone, which is fishing grounds we share with the state of Maine, and that's open year round. And then, but LFA 38, which is the area in Canadian waters immediately surrounding Grand Manan, is only open from November till July. The boat I work on, we don't fish in the Gray Zone. There's only a few spots down there that are like super lucrative.
I like that, the Gray Zone.
Oh yeah, it is, man.
Welcome to the Gray Zone, everybody.
Gray Zone, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There was like a girl that went viral in Maine that was like, who was talking about the Gray Zone. She's like in New York, but she's from Maine. She's like, my uncle went past the 7-mile line and no one ever seen him again. She was a flat earther, and she's talking about the Gray Zone, right? And she was like from Kittery, Maine. She's like, my uncle went out past the 10-mile line and no one seen him since. So we'd all been joking about it. Man, when you're on Grand Manan on Southern Head and you look south, man, it feels like you're on the fucking edge of the world.
Yeah,
that is fucking extreme, man. There's nothing there. The Bahamas is a long ways away, man. South of Grand Manan.
Times that I'll be on like certain parts of PEI, and I'm looking out there, and I know it's the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of it where you're looking and Newfoundland's on the other side, but there's a few points like southern on the southern tip that's what it is. You're just looking out there, and like I've sat and ate my lunch and looked out at that, and just I don't know what it was, like the feelings of just looking at this giant empty space and knowing that like no matter what, I could not swim to safety if I was out there. I'm done. There's no getting back.
Man, when I was overboard in the boat, like I'm a fucking strong swimmer, man. Like grew up swimming.
Yeah.
And whatever, and consider myself a strong swimmer. And when I was in the fucking ocean with all that oil gear on, I was like trying to swim back to the boat because you're whatever in shock, and the boat's coming towards me. But I'll try to get there a little quicker, right? And fucking man, I was like the tide. I could not even fucking like it's like swimming upriver. You know what I mean? That was like kind of one of the things I remember of it too.
I shared this story on the show before that nobody watched, but I was in Australia. Have you ever heard of Bondi Rescue? It was like a reality TV show. There's a beach in Australia, Bondi Beach in Sydney. I went there drunk, went in the water, had my back to the beach, just wading. Yeah. And the not riptide, but like there was what's the word for it? There were signs everywhere, and I just didn't pay attention to them. But like I was waiting, and then I heard like a loudspeaker in the background, the lifeguard being like, "Swimmer, come back to the beach." And I turned around, and the beach is way out there, and I'm out where like the surfers are, and like my mind.
Riptide was the right word.
Yeah, so yeah, it pulled me out because I was just sitting there with my back, and I ended up out there, and like I was a lifeguard. I should have known. But the adrenaline came in, and I just became the dumbest person you ever met. And I just kept trying to swim back to the beach. Yeah. And I couldn't.
I know, man. It's fucking crazy. I was like trying to learn how to surf because you can surf a little bit on Grand Manan, and I'm not very good at it, but I can do the swimming part of it. Like I can swim into the wave, but I'm working on the pop-ups on it. But I was like, got caught. Like you'd be like, can stand up pretty much the whole time you're surfing unless you're in big surf. And like, I was like, realized like those tides are ripping back, and you can, it's funny how you can swim somewhere on the surfboard, but if you're in the water trying to swim, you can't.
It's just
you can't make it no way. Yeah. And then you're like getting a panic, and then you put your feet down, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm up to my knees.
No.
Like a fucking sort of like calm down. Fucking, you know what I mean, dog?
I wasn't in something like that. Like I'm not gonna say I have a fear of the ocean, but I definitely that woke me up that day to be like, I'm not playing with this. Like without.
She is a cruel mistress.
Yeah, she is. It wasn't forgiving at all because I was a lifeguard. I was a really wicked swimmer. Looking back on it, if you're watching this, and you're in that situation, don't swim towards that. Swim sideways. Yeah, sideways, and you'll make it to something way faster than you will trying to fight that current. Because like I had a month. You talking about being over the water and like that for like a month. I kept waking up with that just real. Fuck, I almost died. Like waves coming over me and be like, I almost died. The ocean like drown. Aside from like burning to death, drowning is probably the worst. Like that's.
I'd say it's peaceful. They say it's peaceful.
They do?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
your adrenaline will just drown.
Well, you
drown
drown, and like I think it's just like you just like swallowing water.
Yeah.
Stop breathing. You know what I mean? There would be like no nerve pain. It's not like you're burning, man.
That's why I put the burning above and then drowning just below it, but it's just like the fear you have before that.
Yeah, it's scary though. You know what I mean? You ever save anyone as a lifeguard?
No, just a lot of like scraped knees. Yeah. I took a day off, and then a person fell on the bleachers and broke their neck.
Oh my God.
And I was so disappointed when I got back because I was like, "Damn it, I should have been here for this." But no, I didn't. I didn't save it. Just a lot of drills.
I was a lifeguard too.
Yeah. The guard life. It was good. I didn't do the beach stuff. I should have. I would have done the beach stuff, but because I was at the pool at the aquatic center, I got so many hours because everybody who normally got all the hours were out doing the beaches in the summer. So I got to work the whole summer and make a lot more money just doing the pool. But I was ready for it though. I took that shit seriously. I wanted to save someone for sure.
I saved someone's life. Not as a lifeguard. I was a lifeguard, but as an adult, I saved someone's life.
Yeah.
I've got a Medal of Bravery from the Governor General of Canada for it.
Okay, let's get into this. What? Okay, this was at a pool or?
No, this was on the Kennebecasis River, if you know where that is. And
I grew up on the peninsula.
Yeah, on the boat off of the.
Did you build a point?
Well, kind of. I was off of the Fox Farm Road in Rossay.
Yes.
That's where I was living at the time.
Renforth.
In Renforth.
Yeah.
Wharf.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was about a couple kilometers up the road. I was sweeping chimneys for cash. I was like,
you weren't even guard. You were a lifeguard.
No, I was a lifeguard, but I was just like fucking just doing a job. But I mean, I had lifeguard training.
Damn. Okay.
You know what I mean? You think you fucking
you're a guard? No,
you're a guard for life. Lifeguard for life.
There,
Yeah. What is it? Talk, throw, reach, throw, swim, tow, carry, some shit like that. There's a ladder.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. But anyway, I was sweeping chimneys, and it was January, and I just come down off of this guy's roof. And we were standing there having a conversation, and we could hear come up over the road and the train track someone screaming, "Help, I can't swim! Help, I can't swim!" And I fucking turned to the guy, and I was like, "Man, call 911." And I fucking took off. I fucking ran down this guy, like, God's great big. I'm not even, this is fucking proven facts. So I ran over this guy's, like, 100 yards down this guy's hill, like, because his sound travels up, right?
Yep.
Then I crossed over the fucking road from Rossay to St. John, and then go over these train tracks, and I get down on the beach, and this guy is like fucking 60 to 80 feet away from shore in a hole, and it's fucking January, and I was like, we call 911, just like, help's here, like, don't panic. And the guy is like, climbs up out of the hole, and he's walked at this point like a 1.5 kilometers from the ice fishing shacks at the Renforth Wharf.
Yeah.
Which is a popular thing they do there, right? And he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm just gonna walk back. I was like, man, like, no, you got hypothermia. Like, the ambulance is on the way. You got to stay there. And then right as we're having this conversation, man, the ice gives way again by him, and he falls back in, and he fucking goes completely under. And at this point, man, I fucking start wading out to him, and I break the ice along the shore like I'm making a channel with my arms.
Yep.
And I get out about to my stomach, and I can't break the ice anymore. And I crawled out on my stomach probably the other 40 feet to him in the hole. And I pulled him up, and I laid on him so he wouldn't stand up. And he was in shock because he had just got a digital camera for Christmas, and he was taking photos of all the nice houses there along the old Rossay Road.
Not taking any more pictures now.
Yeah. And he was worried about his camera being wet. And I was like, man, no, we'll get it nice.
Same thing with your brother with a boot. It was just the adrenaline.
Adrenaline, right? I mean, I remember when I went in, like, waded out, like, got wet up to my stomach, and then I crawled out on the ice, and I remember being like super cold, like with leaning on top of him and talking about the camera. And then we started to crawl back on our stomachs to the channel. And when we got in the water the second time, when I slipped into the water, man, my skin was so cold, the water felt like a hot bath.
Oh man, yeah,
You know what I
your
mean?
skin was freezing.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got to the shore, and the guys whose chimney I was sweeping, he met us there with blankets, and I went and got in my truck and took my clothes off, and he gave me a blanket, and I started to get warm, and the paramedics came and took him away, and then the fire department and police, they didn't even have time to get his name for the police report and stuff like that. He had been in there for a minute before I heard him.
Lucky guy, because that water there is moving. Sometimes when it's moving, that it didn't pull him under.
Yeah, it's just lucky the wind was blowing off the river to carry the sound over a fucking busy roadway.
Oh man!
And then anyway, the fucking fire department came and shit on me for fucking putting my life in danger. But one of the police officers who responded to the call, put in a bunch of paperwork, and then I ended up meeting the Governor General.
Yeah.
The one that touched the Queen, helped her down the stairs. Johnson, I think his name was. Anyway, It was a big deal.
Jesus, man.
No, not very many. It's
here's to that, man.
Yeah.
My first, I thought I was just we got a lobster fisherman coming on here, but we got a fucking hero.
Yeah. No, I got it the hard way, man. Bonafide.
Oh my God, man.
But yeah, I like to drop that. I like to work that into things whenever I can.
The river, man. The river, fuck.
The river giveth, it taketh away.
My mom went through that river snowmobiling one time. And she was very lucky because, it was the current was moving, and she could have got pulled under the ice, because that's when you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
When you get pulled under the ice, it don't matter if fucking Superman's there, you're done.
No, that was.
So there was a lot of luck that day. The luck that the wind was going, luck that the current didn't pull him under the ice.
It really made me feel like I was where I was supposed to be in life, or on some type of path. I know that's the Moose Lights talking.
Does this guy talk to you? Do you have contact with him?
No,
Did he ever reach out and say, "Hey man, thanks for saving my life"?
You know what? He called in. They were doing a thing on CBC, and he was he was an old timer, right? So he listened to CBC, and he called into a nationwide show and told his side of the story.
Yeah.
And of course, my grandmothers, the people that listen to the CBC, heard it. You know what I mean? So that was almost like my grandmother hearing it. I mean, she's passed on now, but was being super proud of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That was probably what I got. The government gave me a week's pay for it.
Wow. Yeah. Take some time off. Enjoy.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. To go to the ceremony.
Wonder if they give you a get out of jail free card, because that was back.
I don't know.
When
I was
illegal.
joking around that I said it's probably good for a job at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I got post nominal letters after my name. I don't ever really get to use them because I'm a fisherman, but I'm Rorey Chamberlain, MB.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
there you go.
My medal I got came with rules, can't just be flaunting that out in public again.
Yeah.
No.
You got to be a gentleman about it.
Be a gentleman about it. Yeah.
Damn, because I know when the courses that I had to take to be a lifeguard beforehand, that was one of the main rules. Is you're a lifesaver before you're a lifeguard. But you always you don't put your life in danger. If you can't save this person without putting yourself in danger, you don't do that. And then once you become a lifeguard, then it's expected. No, your job is to save someone's life.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that point,
as safely as possible.
As safely as possible, but it's beyond.
Yeah,
in the lifesaver thing, there's you do not go in there if you won't make it back up. But the lifeguard, there was more of an obligation.
Yeah, well, ordinary people aren't supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was not. Ordinary people aren't supposed to. You're supposed to leave it to the professionals. I mean, unless you know what I mean. There's a fight or flight or freeze, right? They don't need you freezing out there.
When you ask me that, I never actually tried to save someone's life after the lifeguarding. But when I was 8 years old, I was swimming at New River Beach. There's a little river that feeds into New River.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's these the old highway.
What do you think it's called?
New River. Yeah. So we were. Shout out New River.
Shout out Charlotte County.
So we were there's a cool little swimming hole just 2 minutes walk from the old highway up New River.
Been there.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty cool because there's a few little when I was a kid we wouldn't go to Magic Mountain that often, but there was a few little slidey spots within that river. But we were swimming in the whole part of that, and one of the kids that went swimming, I fucking pressured him into getting in the water, and he wasn't a strong swimmer. Gets out there, and I like without hesitation jump in the water, try to get him. He starts pulling me under the
down.
water.
Yeah,
he starts trying to pull me under, and then my mom had to come in and save the both of us.
God bless her.
Big lady. She comes in. She's like pulled us apart,
Pulled
and
you
dragged
both
us
up.
off.
Yeah. It was earlier times. She really fucking threw you in the fucking van.
Oh, yeah, because that was just
ruined the trip. Blamed ya.
we lived in New River, so we just went home, but it was still like it was definitely a few lectures of like don't like save stupid people.
Yeah. Let him go. Let
him go.
He
made
his
making
choice.
a decision.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he became like a degenerate.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe he's still there.
On Grand Manan,
Yeah.
because here in Fredericton, there's a lot of like anti-American sentiment. On Grand Manan, where you guys are really close to the States, it's not like that over there, is it?
Well, I can't speak for it as an island as a whole. I mean, just like anywhere in this great country, everyone's entitled to their views on the Trumpster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, there's liberals there too, right?
But they're your neighbors more or less than they are here.
I mean, it's not, we're definitely neighbors with them. I mean, our trade's a lot more as a country, as a island dependent on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to go ahead. I don't want to be like, wouldn't be fair. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people on Grand Manan who hate Trump.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they don't hate mainland. They don't hate the people in Maine. They just hate Trump.
Do you?
No, not at all. But I'll get that here. No, there lots of times like it's embarrassing to be at certain shows where like you'll have a person that'll be like, I am not racist at all. Fuck Americans in like one paragraph. Like they're just
Yeah.
They just clump them all in. They think that everyone in America is like responsible for Trump.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there would be a lot more like dual citizens and shit like that because, like I said, of the mailboat wrecks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Campobello. Almost everybody on Campobello Island's born in Maine.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and then of course, like the relatives and whatever island hopping. I mean, Islanders like dating other Islanders, right?
Yeah.
You got to broaden out the gene pool every.
It's like St. Stephen. You guys are blended a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, Charlotte County in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, I mean, there's plenty of people like, I think people recognize a lot more. Like, we were fucking closer to Maine than we are. It cost me $30 to visit Canada. There's a fucking toll, like, to get off the island.
Yeah.
It cost me $30 to come to Canada.
Yes.
You mean, that's my, I mean, I'm not.
And that's the Islander rate.
I had a couple moves left, so I'm not afraid to get political.
No. It's all good. It's all good.
Fuck.
I'm pretty in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm really in the middle.
I'm not an expert on fucking fishing, but let me tell you, I know a thing or two about politics.
Yeah. I'm just learning fisherman, but geopolitics, that's my expertise.
That's actually my expertise, man. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Let me tell you how you fix immigration.
Get them fishing for a couple days, see if they want to stay.
God. Yeah, scalloping, man. That's what we should do with prisoners. Yeah, we should go prison colonies for scalloping. I'd straighten them out.
Yeah, I feel like that. I used to do framing.
Yeah.
As a carpenter, and I just thought I was just like,
bring back the gulag.
Yeah, bring back the gulag, because I was like, this work's fucking brutal.
Bring back the gulag.
Do you There was another thing I had with the fishing, but we're hitting the fishing hard.
Yeah, man.
You like comedy? So I met you through comedy.
Yeah.
You were doing comedy shows over on Grand Manan.
Yeah.
It's hard to get. It's hard for you to get over here to do shows.
I know. Yeah, I like it. I just like I show up and I just show up, man. It's hard. Yeah, it's
you
hard.
go to St. John though. You'll do comedy in St. John.
You catch me in St. John a lot at Thane Fox's and Jason Guptill's show.
Yep. Goes by Jason Gary. That's his stage name. He's
Gary,
rejected the Guptill.
Yeah, Jason Gary.
The Bomb Show. You've been up to the Bomb Show?
Yeah, I love the Bomb Show, man.
Bomb Show's fun.
That was the last time I did stand up. Was at the Bomb Show back in October. Went well for me. I don't get to practice it a lot. It's really something you got to do. Like I only do it a couple times a year. You know what I mean? So it's like a long time between sets, man.
But good on you though. You recognize that, and you're like, I'm gonna make my show over here on the island. So
yeah. And then it's like when I was doing stand up on the island, man. It's like, I mean, God bless the people that come out, but it's like the same 20 people because they like comedy.
Yeah.
So like I feel super pressured not to like, I can't work on a set because I want to write them fucking 5 new jokes.
Yeah.
Because they just fucking heard the other jokes. like last week or last month. So
Yeah.
so it's like so there's a lot of fucking stuff that doesn't go good for me, but when it does go good, it's fucking fun. It's when I get to go over to like do something on the mainland, I get to pick like my favorite jokes. Like I
Yes.
gotta put together a pretty solid 7 minutes. You know what I mean?
That'll make you a way better comedian, man. Because like I host the show, and a lot of regulars come out to that show, and every show. So I'm like, I have to have a new 7 to 10 ready for these people. I'm not just going to be like this broken record, just going through the same paces.
And I guess with comedy too, man, I always try to like fucking deliver like almost an experience when I get up there. Like, it's like, I know it sounds funny to say, but like you're writing the jokes, but like the energy has to match the jokes.
Yes.
And like, I mean, fucking, there's some fucking, I love Jeff Pinnell, dark humor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's great at it. Deadpan. You know what I mean? But I mean, even if I'm talking about family, but I just know I'm at my funniest when I'm at my most high energy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's when I get control of a room at a fucking dinner party or anything like that, man. It's when I'm fucking wound up.
Yeah.
So I gotta write jokes around that. You know what I mean? Fucking, I
recognize that that's your voice is you having energy and being enthusiastic.
I talk about doing drugs, and I haven't done drugs in a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Good
like
for you.
at a point where like you would think that I did drugs before I went on stage. You know what I mean? But I just get into that fucking space like I'm about to fucking run out in the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Like I like to bring it, and I mean that's not always easy. I used to do drugs when I did them. Like mushrooms and comedy are pretty fun.
I think that's what it was. One of the first shows I did with you. You were on mushrooms.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought that I was on mushrooms.
Yeah.
We came back and they kept like trying to say that I was on mushrooms. I was like, no, I just drank like 17,
you were drinking.
17 drinks and then puked everywhere.
We were drinking heavy.
Well, I knew I was gonna have to sleep outside, so that's all I had to go with was like I'm gonna get as drunk as I possibly can.
That was crazy.
So I can get through this. But
that was a crazy night.
That was pretty wild. I really enjoyed the second show.
I was really so pumped. I was so pumped that everything kind of that went wrong with that show, that everything went so right that you guys were even willing to come back. I was like, these guys slept out fucking sod, man, and they're gonna give me another shot at coming back. I was like, no, I figured everything out. You can trust me. You know what I mean? And I feel like I delivered.
I wanted redemption. I wanted to go back there and prove to all the island people that I wasn't just like a drunk mess.
Yeah, I don't think anybody at any of those.
I was responsible.
I think everybody at those shows were drunk. I don't think you were I definitely know you weren't the messiest person at the first show.
No, we won't talk about her.
Yeah.
She, man, you thought it was bad that night.
After that happened, man, I was like, we have a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was like, how do you not double down on the Cards Against Humanity thing?
When that happened, like you saw me that night, but the next morning, I didn't stop throwing up.
Yeah.
I couldn't go 20 minutes
without
without
the mess you left on the deck.
Yeah. Oh,
People
I painted the deck. I painted it. It was stained.
Oh my God.
And it was like I didn't want to leave like just the stain because then that would stand out. So I figured if I puke all over the entire deck, it'll be even and look the same.
I don't know what I went up there for the next day, but the people that owned the house were like sitting out on the deck, all the beer cans and stuff. I was like, yeah, it was a great time, man. They were pumped though, man. I mean, we filled the bar that night, it was full.
Dude, man, the worst part, was
patio.
that night, but the getting on the ferry and getting home the next morning.
Hungover.
I seriously, I had to run up when we parked the car underneath, I had a lunchbox with me. I threw up in the lunchbox and then was like, okay, I'm just going to get upstairs and get in the bathroom. You can't stay in your car on the ferry. When I ran up, started going up the stairs and I felt it coming again. So I ran up the stairs to force the vomit to stay down. Like gravity was assisting it. I got up there. I didn't even make it to the bathroom. I made it to one of those little fountains, which I don't know why. It's not a normal fountain, but it's this. It's the most shallow fountain.
Yeah.
So I was I threw up and I filled the fountain, and then I looked to the left, and there was this little seating area, and it was just this family watching me just throw up.
There's some haggard trips on the fucking ferry, man.
And then I just slept in the bathroom.
It's like being a fucking after your first when you're younger, do you get that first fishing shack in the fall and you go to the mainland at Christmas, man, and fucking buy a truck for cash and a fucking ounce of Coke and get a hotel suite. Well, you got to come back on the ferry.
Yeah.
After that weekend, you know what I mean? That's a long ferry ride down 70 grand. But
Yeah.
new truck. But you know what I mean?
You got a new truck.
New truck. Not new to you.
I'm never drinking again though, like I
Yeah.
did on that island. I've been
Oh,
pretty
man.
tame since. Like
Good,
that.
man.
That just like that
Grand
that
Manan,
hit me.
I call it when you can keep it to 3 beer a night and some hallucinogenics. I call it Grand Manan sober.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's an acceptable. Life's all about tolerance, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not a lot of cabs over on Grand Manan.
No
Island.
cabs. But we do on Grand Manans. We have like a
Carpool.
Yeah, like people sober drive, pregnant women sober drive.
Yeah.
On the weekends, like it's easy.
There's no shortage of pregnant women on Grand Manan.
That or like not just pregnant women, but other people who don't drink or whatever, because they make. I mean, fucking everyone's drunk. Like $20, $30, $40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can make a little business for yourself over there, just driving around drunk people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
on the weekend.
One of the funnier things that the drug addicts used to tell me to do was like when they wanted to get drugs delivered, right, and use the fucking sober drive assistants to be like, yeah, Johnny B is going to rent me a movie. Or I'm going to borrow a movie from Johnny B. Do you mind going to pick it up? I would drink too much to drive down there. You know what I mean? So the fucking person goes and picks up the DVD case. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking crazy.
Yeah, don't open that movie because the case is broken and we don't want anything falling out.
But yeah, no, man, I've heard of that. But no, it's definitely a different lifestyle. I mean, once the ferry leaves for the night, it's just over. You're there. You're locked in. One of the funniest things that's over there is like the weather call for like if you're going to be fishing the next day. It happens at 8:00 at night. But so at 8, you don't find out sometimes if you're going to have the next day off until 8:00 at night. But the last ferry leaves the island at 7:30.
Yes.
So they get you. Like I don't know why the last ferry couldn't leave at say 8:50, like 8:45.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could all see the weather. The captain would be like, "Oh no, it ain't looking good tomorrow. We're not going to go." And you could be like, "Oh, I'm a mainlander. I could
go back home."
Go home." But no, 7:30 ferry departure, 8:00 weather call. You know what I mean?
Helps the local economy because you spend some money while you're over there.
Oh yeah, it keeps you there. Yeah.
I turned that whole Grand Manan story into a bit, and that's like the little punch up for the bit. Is we got over there and found out we didn't have a place to stay, and we found that out as that ferry was pulling away, blowing its little horn like, "Brr, brr, you're stuck, fellas."
It all worked out.
You did, yeah, no, it did. It worked out. I got a really good joke out of it, and you made good on the second show.
Yeah,
We had a place to stay.
Yeah. I took care of
We got to stay inside.
I was really in charge on the second show. I got the whole license for the bar and everything. I had the fire department fucking barbecuing hamburgers for money. That's what I gave the bar money was. You know what? I found out like if you want to do shows places,
yeah, you
just got to give away the bar money if you want to advertise it. If you give away the bar money, you can charge cover at the door.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think if you want to keep the bar money, you can't charge cover if you're just doing it somewhere. But I didn't really get into that. But so I donated the money to the fire department on Grand Manan, who ordered Grand Manan got a new fire truck that I believe doesn't fit into their fire hall.
Oh, so they had to make some modifications.
Yeah. I don't think they got the money for it.
No.
They're fundraising for it. I gave them $300. That's what we made off the bar.
Yeah. That's what hurts a lot of comedy clubs in. I don't know. I'm not just saying in New Brunswick, but in general, is if a comedy club starts up and they're not getting the bar money, they sink fast.
Oh yeah,
living
for
off
sure.
just the tickets doesn't make it.
I definitely went behind because only 15 people came to the show, so I didn't even really have enough money because I was paying you guys off the door. That was all ended up being out of pocket.
Yeah,
which is fine. I didn't care because like we were. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna really be under the pressure to get this fucking thing out.
We had fun.
We fucking but like, yeah. And now we're like gonna do more of them, man. There's like a new community center that opened up down there, so I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah, because where was Mullinger doing shows over there? It was like he was a hockey rink, right?
No, he did the high school.
Okay,
but I mean, I'm like we were trying to do it as a podcast, right? Because of the way how it was a game.
Yeah.
And then which we did their good recording of. So there's some like I can't record a fucking gym, not there yet. You know what I mean? I can't fill it. Can't have fucking 15 people in a gym.
We should do a pause real quick because I gotta go take a massive piss.
Yeah.
But I don't want to cut the show off right at this point.
Yeah.
So you're good for just a minute. You got to piss?
Yeah, for sure.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
100%.
cool. Let's go take a piss and we'll be right back.
We're pissing.
Fuck, taking a piss on the boat must be rough, eh?
Yeah,
when it gets rough.
Yeah, you can. Sometimes you get an updraft. I remember being hungover sometimes. One time I was hungover and I go to piss in the morning, man, and the wind was blowing in on the stern of the boat, and it just like immediately blew it all into my fucking face.
Oh, you just pissed right off the boat.
Yeah, you just piss all over the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, the boat's covered in piss. Yeah. It is a fucking dirty job, man. And it's fucking, the bait stinks and it's fucking old rotten fish, man. But I mean, there's dirty boats and clean boats. I mean, some people are neurotic about their boats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I'd respect that though. Like in the
Yeah.
trades, man, when you get into a messy van where the tools are everywhere, and then you get into a van that's like properly organized, and everything has a spot, it's way better.
Oh yeah, 100% right. But yeah, there's some dirty boats. There's
Man.
some really clean ones, and there's some really dirty ones.
The guy my sister was with, he had a clean boat.
Yeah.
It was a proper boat. Like it was like, I remember that as a kid, but I remember like going down to the wharf and seeing those messy boats.
Oh yeah,
like
man.
you can just see the deck's just a mess. The guys on the boat are just a
Just
mess.
a mess. Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, man. There's more than one drug addict.
Yeah,
on
yeah, they got
boats,
multiple
you know,
druggies.
that's what happens. I can get a boat out of hand real quick. But yeah, no, it's a dirty job, man. Like even just the grime of it or whatever. But scalloping, when you're out dragging for scallops, there you have to shell out the scallops and then sand a lot of the time. So like that one's like a real dirty job. And then you're like eating out in the shocking house. There's just sand everywhere. Sand everywhere, man. It's not like sand in the water, sand in your teeth, man. Sand.
I used to like fishing years ago. Like when I was a kid, I loved going fishing with my dad. I liked going, just before my son was born, I was always into that. As soon as like fishing season would come around, I loved being out in the canoe fishing.
Yeah.
And then in like 2015, I just was like, I like being on the boat. And then I stopped fishing.
Yeah.
And then the boat was always clean. I'd
Yeah.
come back, my feet would be dirty from walking in the muck, but everything else was really clean. I was like, did I like fishing, or did I just like being on the water drinking? Because you can just do that.
Yeah.
You
can
don't
do
even
that.
need to fish. You can just be on the...
Free will is a crazy fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot stopping you from drinking anywhere, especially on the river.
Yeah.
But no, man, I like that. I'm from a small town called Plaster Rock up in Victoria County.
Okay. Yeah.
So Tobic River runs through there. That was like what we did as kids, was float down the river, tubing and shit like that, and canoes.
For some reason, I like when you said being a mainlander, I just associated that with like that area, like New River. So I was thinking you were like a Bay of Funny, but you were like right inland.
I was about as far inland as a maritimer can get.
Man.
You know what I mean? Legit.
Like the fish
Rock's
foods there is frozen.
Yeah, man. I'm a mountain man, actually.
Yeah.
Give me an axe, dog.
Four-wheeling and three-wheeling and
yeah. I was meant to run logs, man, not be at sea, but I think they're kind of the same thing.
So what was like your lineage? What was your family doing? A little bit of everything?
Yeah. My mother's my grandfather on my mother's side was like a mill, diesel mechanic in a mill.
Okay.
My other grandfather was like a carpenter in St. John or whatever. Just like blue collar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think one of my grandfather's brothers, like one of my great uncles, was maybe worked in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
But it's not like a super big. It's not like.
Not a lot of seafaring guys in your family.
But I mean, I think everybody, if you date back any fucking Maritimers family.
Oh yeah, everybody has a bit of connection to the water, right? Someone's
water.
uncle, somebody was there.
Yeah. But it's like I think the biggest thing that draws you to the job, man, is like kind of being a little bit of a thrill seeker. You know what I mean?
You gotta be able to.
You gotta. It's like I said. It's either gonna be the longest day of your life or the coolest. So like you gotta be like appreciate it.
You can't be a bitch out there. No disrespect to.
Yeah.
That, but I mean, you got to have a bit of balls to get out there on the water, and especially if you're a woman out on the water, you have to have some major balls between those legs to get out there, because it's not. It's up. Like I think there's like when they say like the most like dangerous professions. Yeah, that is in the top 10. Like that's
it's up there. It's up there with like fucking being a lumberjack's fucking dangerous as fuck too.
Yeah, the lumberjack. Anybody in Iran right now.
Yeah. Being the leader of Iran is super dangerous. Super duper dangerous. The leader of Iran's taking that spot.
Did you see the picture of him?
No. I just know they got the second guy like within hours.
Yeah.
They're like, no, try again.
But like when you see the guy, he had like a really clean beard. he looked like a real clean guy.
Yeah.
Like Osama bin Laden looked haggard. Like Osama bin
You mean
Laden.
the first guy they killed or the second guy? Because the first guy.
No, Osama bin Laden, the guy behind 9/11.
Yeah.
He looked like he was living
Yeah.
in a cave.
That's
but
what's
this
doing
guy
behind
was like
9/11.
he looked like he could like lecture you on physics and stuff. Like
The leader of Iran had been in power for 38 years. He was the longest ruling leader in the Middle East.
He was living life.
So I mean,
They took him out with his grandchild. He died
him
with a
out.
bunch of family members.
probably
Sucks.
I hear they have big families.
Yeah. Oh well. What else are
I
you gonna
don't
do out there, right?
He's got,
Just making
I mean,
babies.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge supporter of Islam, but they
No, me neither. I'm
but
not.
they seem to have women figured out.
This show's brought to you by Hezbollah. Yeah.
They got. They,
We're gonna go to a Houthi ad right after this.
yeah, no. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Not a lot
Again, trying to suck me into that geopod.
of not a lot of Islam on Grand Manan Island, I guess.
I don't know. There's people immigrating there. You know what I mean? If they're
Yeah.
I don't know if they're Islamic. I think they're from India.
Is there a Tim Hortons over there?
No, not a
No,
Tim
you guys
Hortons.
don't have a
They
Tim's.
are immigrating through home hardware.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, some of them are actually staying on Grand Manan.
And there's a Save Easy there too, right?
Yeah. Save Easy is pretty white. Save Easy's.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like, you know what I
I
mean?
notice that now whenever I go somewhere. And there's like I noticed in Rogersville, you know Rogersville?
I've heard of it.
I went through there and I wasn't trying to be a racist, prejudiced person.
But here it
but
comes.
but here it comes. When I ordered my coffee and I pulled out and the guy that was with me, I looked at him and I was just like, did you notice that? And he's like, what? And I was just like, good on you not seeing color. That was the only like all white Tim Hortons left.
Yeah.
It was just like the
no
girl
Tim
was
Hortons
just
on
like,
the island, man. I don't even.
you guys make your own coffee over there.
Yeah,
You got
man.
to.
They love French. I'm a big Monster Energy drink guy. I punch a hole in your wall. You know what I mean? Throw my fucking ash from my joint on your floor kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Monster Energy. But on the boat, since milk spoils, we are big on the French vanilla coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee with fucking French vanilla creamer.
Just drink it black.
Oh, I know. But
No, you guys gotta have
gotta
a
get
little
a
flavor.
little cream, get a little flavor, man.
Yeah, I
Next
mean,
time we'll
balances
drink-
out the fishy smell and
Yeah,
all that
I
other
mean,
stuff.
I drink it. I find drinking coffee make you seasick. I'll drink if I drink a hot coffee and then I'm like fucking don't really want a hot drink because I'm
When you're
working.
moving.
Yeah, but if I drink a cold Monster and a hot coffee, I fucking do not feel good. It's probably the caffeine, but
Yeah.
But I think it's some of the ocean too. So I cut out the coffee.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
do
miss it.
What's your
But
so you get seasick sometimes too? Everybody does?
I'll get seasick like under circumstances. Like,
What leads to being seasick? What's
I think it's their blood pressure. I think once the starts moving and they get hot and cold, I think people saying they're hot when it's not hot out, pretty big. Like they're probably gonna get seasick. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them can't go in the wheelhouse because the heat's cranked.
Yeah.
Because it's cold outside,
Mhm.
and they'll go inside. If I'm like down in the bunk and can't see the horizon and maybe too stoned, I might get a little queasy. But I've never been seasick, man.
No.
I've never been seasick.
No, me
but-
neither.
But a lot of people want to stay loose side of shore, and they're just, I don't know, just
Yeah.
not built for it.
You gotta see that horizon. You gotta see something.
Yeah. I think they're just like expecting, I don't know, they're just expecting the ground to stop moving. But it don't. It doesn't all day, which is the fucking worst part of the job.
I did
It's
a
like you're just holding your balance. Like the work, like you get in pretty good shape from it because it's like the first thing you had to do all day is just balance.
it's all core. It's
Yeah,
all-
you're like just
yeah.
constantly fucking bobbing around. It's like sometimes you get home from work, man, and you've been on land now, but you just walk into the wall.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Just, that fucking rogue wave comes out of nowhere, man. It's a real thing. If you go in after a long day at sea, man, you get in the shower and close your eyes and the hot water hits you, you might you get the same wobble that you had at sea, man.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
the
interesting.
I've wiped her out in the shower, man. Long day. Hit that hot water, close your eyes. Boom, just boom, wave. Hit you right out of nowhere. The rogue waves that get you on land after spending a lot of time at sea really make you think like fucking maybe we're just fishing a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm just walking here, Christmas shopping through the mall, and all of a sudden I took 4 steps to the left because
Your brain thinks that the ground is going to start moving, so you're going to anticipate it.
I did fucking.
Oh
I was at my mom's celebration of life, and I did mushrooms with my cousins afterwards, right, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was they lived in this house in Plaster Rock, and like it was kind of like a kind of set. It was no one lived in it, but they had it, so it was like kind of fallen, like more decrepit, right? And it was falling in the middle of it, and I kept walking around the house, leaned up against the walls, bracing for this wave, or like do not fall in the middle. Fucking, yeah. I don't know if that's
no. I get that. That makes sense.
But
I know with like if you're ever like playing hockey, and you have like a really hard practice, and then once you get out and you're just walking on normal ground, your brain is assuming the same surface. So it's a similar thing. Your body's already used to reacting to that.
Yeah. Because it's just like there's like a center of gravity and there's a center of buoyancy, right? On a boat. There's some interesting physics going on a boat that you don't really, no one's running experiments out there, but there's, some things going on, right? Boats, like even the boat, sometimes a boat will have like a list or whatever, and like that means like the weight might be too heavy on one side, so the boat never really goes back to flat. It only ever goes back to the angle of the list.
Okay.
Right? So like there's an interesting concept, because even though you don't really feel like you're standing diagonally, you still feel flat.
There's like homeless people all around town that they walk like they have that list on normal flat ground.
But when you're standing on top of my boat, the back of my hand is the boat, and I'm standing on that, there's a little fucking stone Rorey. It doesn't feel like I'm standing fucking looking out the corner of a fucking door. It feels like I'm just standing upright. The world looks a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
You notice the list the farther back you are, but you're working right.
Your body is adjusted.
You're working right with your hands 12 inches from your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll look up, and then you're like, oh fuck, everything's kind of sideways. And then you're like, whatever. Mm-hmm. You step that way, you walk that way all day. You walk so like you're bracing for the wave that's gonna come that wave. And then you go home and you're like, well, the waves are done, but your body's like, they might not be. You know what I mean? That's when they'll get you.
When you guys walk off the boat, you guys got like the little, like.
Oh, fuck no, man.
Everybody looks like they're drunk, man, They're just walking into the railing.
I'll tell you a good story about coming up the ladder, man. Fucking fishing. I come up the ladder one time, and an old salt was across the fucking wharf from me, and he goes, young fella, you got the look on your face like you're wondering if life gets any better. And he goes, it don't. And that was just like, he was right. I mean, it did, but
I went whale watching in Sydney, Australia, because like some guys that I was with, they like bought tickets, and then the girl that was supposed to go with them bailed, and they're like, do you want to go whale watching? And I was like, I'm from the Bay of Fundy.
Yeah. But they would have cool whales down there.
No, they would, but I was just like, I never went whale watching here.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I go halfway around the world, and you think I'd go see kangaroos, but then I'm like, I guess I'll go whale watching.
Yeah.
When I'm from a place that has lots of whale watching.
Whales, yeah.
But we went out there, and I saw all the people in line to get on the boat, and I saw the size of the boat, and I was like, this is gonna suck, man. I'm gonna be shoulder to shoulder with people the entire time.
Yeah,
and then half of them. They all got seasick, so they just stayed in the middle part of the boat, throwing up in bags, and then we had the whole front of the boat to ourselves. Nice. I was just like, this is sweet.
Yeah, people are stupid too. Like, there's like also like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like a center. Like, you don't want to be at the back of the boat. It's like the fucking bouncy spot. You know what I mean? You're seasick. They're like, just puke off the back of the boat.
It was like on the school bus too. When you're a kid, you don't want to be on the very. You want the back, but the back's the worst spot. Yeah,
it shakes the most because it's behind the prop. But I've seen lots of cool. There's a fucking orca whale that lives in the Bay of Fundy called Old Tom. Have you ever heard of Old Tom, the orca whale?
No.
There's only one. They're like usually like a Pacific Ocean thing, or live on the continental shelf. But there's an orca.
Like Free Willy orca?
Yeah, Free Willy orca.
Oh,
but it's fucking, he lives with a pod, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pod of dolphins, of white-sided dolphins.
Yeah.
He's out there, man.
Porpoises, right?
No, dolphins.
They're dolphins.
White-sided dolphins and porpoise are two different things.
No, I just...
Yeah.
Every time I see what I think are dolphins, people are always like, "No, those are porpoises."
Yeah, because
but there are dolphins out there.
out offshore.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to go out there. And there's a fucking orca whale that hangs out with them. He's huge. They got like a fucking their fin because he's like not like a fucking marine land fucking orca. His fins like straight up, man.
Yeah.
And you can tell them like so easily from all because you identify whales from their fins and tails, right?
Yes.
And it looks like a periscope coming up out of the water because it's black and it's like I don't know a couple meters high, right? Like everything's flat out there, right?
You run into him a lot?
I've only seen him a couple times, but the time I did see him, he was like this is gonna sound crazy, but they'll run out. They'll kind of play with the wake of the boat.
Yeah.
And like when the gear's running off, they'll like swim beside it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I've had them like fucking. I've been like, you know, not much farther. This is not really great for the fucking podcast, but like not much farther from like me to the camera away, like from the boat, like seeing his eye. I've seen the eye of an orca whale.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or like one at work.
That's
you know
fucking
what I mean?
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Dolphins are cool, man. Dolphins will chase the wake too when they fucking jump and the little baby ones fucking flip, man. The white-sided dolphins.
I don't know if I'm seeing porpoises or dolphins, but like multiple times when I'm taking the ferry over there,
Yeah.
I'll be just up there by myself and just look out and I'll see like a group of them.
Yeah, it would be
jumping.
hard to tell what you were seeing from the ferry.
Dolphin-looking things.
Dolphins are bigger. When you're on the lobster boat, they're white-sided dolphins. So there's
Okay.
they got like a little racing stripe. They're like
Okay.
gray with a little white belly on them. You can see them. One time we were out hauling and it was like I feel like could hear them clicking. I feel like they're so smart that like I was like doing my job on the back of the boat, which was piling the traps up.
Yeah.
And the dolphins were like behind the boat. Because when we're doing that, we just kind of go in a big circle, right? And the boat just idles in a circle. So it's like not super duper loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, swear to God that I could hear dolphins like clicking. I can't do a dolphin call.
Or whatever they do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was terrible impression of a dolphin, but something like that.
Maybe you can add one in post.
Yeah,
Yeah. A dolphin call, and I feel like I could hear them clicking, but they were smart enough to be just like out of the light of the boat. Like the boat
Okay.
only throws light for fucking so far
They're
away
just
from
messing
it.
with
and
you out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I felt like they were messing with me.
Probably was like a really like gay dolphin. He's like,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
here in the water,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
boy.
Yeah, probably cat calling me. But so now I've seen that, and I've seen there's a lot of cool seabirds out there like puffins and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Isn't there's an island near there that's like a puffin reserve?
Yeah.
reserve.
That's one of my summer job. I'm supposed to be doing guided tours to there, Bachai Seal Island.
Okay.
Sea Watch tours.
Yeah.
We'll hang out.
Yeah, I want to get down there and
That's
explore
part
a
of
bit.
it is like that island's like contested from us in the state of Maine. That's why we both fish in the same spot, but we man the lighthouse.
Oh fuck,
It's
they're
one of
tied
the-
up
it's
in
one-
Iran
it's
right
one
now.
of
That's
the-
our
it's only
island.
one. Yeah, it's one of the only manned lighthouses in North America.
Yeah, that's
Just fucking, we got it though.
yeah.
The fucking Canadian Coast Guard boats. I'll tell you a couple funny things. I mean, the American Coast Guard, because we share border with them, so they are fucking patrolling the border.
Yep.
And it's like their fucking Coast Guard boats, man, are like gray and have great big fucking 30 cal, 50 cal machine guns on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ours are like painted red and white and like look like they'd have a Tim Hortons aboard them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like ours was one's looking to save you, and one's definitely looking to like make sure you're not fucking around.
Yeah, you're not gonna 9/11 our port there, buddy.
Yeah, but we share. So you fish next to them and whatever. But somebody did a documentary about it. I think they kind of tried to make it into a hit job, but it's not really like that. There's a lot of as much disrespect and problems people have with each other. There's a lot of respect between fishermen.
Oh my
You know
god,
what
yeah,
I
you
mean?
guys
You know
are
what
out
I
there. You
mean?
guys are out there just trying to make a living.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're not gonna bring politics out into the water like that. You guys are just
Yeah.
you know, you don't see the borders drawn in the water.
Yeah.
You see it on your map, and you got to pay attention to that. But you don't. The water looks the exact same. That's not. You're not like that's American water right there.
You wouldn't know without the electronics.
No.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't know without the electronics.
I guess that's a big responsibility, eh? The transponders, making sure you're in the right spot.
Oh yeah,
knowing where you are, like
yeah, making sure the boat, man, the boat maintenance is a lot of it, man. Changing the oil and fucking making sure fucking shit works when it's supposed to work.
Did you pick up like a lot of mechanic skills in the shop?
You wear a lot of hats, man. Fishing, sometimes it's up to you. I mean, you usually just call someone, they talk you through it.
Yeah.
Everything's like pretty fucking. You know what
Is
I mean?
everybody on the boat a fisherman, or do you guys like have a mechanic that comes out there with you?
Well,
That's his
there's
job.
no, our boats are small. Bigger boats have it. What they call them, they're engineers.
The engineer, yeah.
Boat engineers.
Scotty.
Yeah,
The Scotty, yeah. Yeah.
They got a Scotty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy will be like, he's gonna be an engineer on just this one vessel, but he can tell everyone at the bar he's an engineer.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any boat engineer I've ever met. Like, yeah, I'm an engineer. You're like, yeah.
The drunkest guy on the boat too.
On the Tamarack.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one spot in the world you're an engineer, buddy. It ain't here at Dooley's in fucking Yarmouth.
Man. I thought that was a cool job. I wanted to, when I was looking at going back to school, that was like teetering on the diesel mechanic, the marine diesel at NBCC. Before I went the HVAC route, I was thinking of that.
I warn anybody is that engine rooms are small, and you would not, you were too big of a guy to be.
Yeah, no, you want to be small. You want to be like 5'6".
You want to be a small guy.
Little fingers.
Little guy, get in there.
Yeah.
Because they put you in. But I don't know about other man. They've got to work in a room, and they don't clean up after themselves. Like, it's just like, they're just a state when they leave the fucking boat. I mean, they're fixing.
Oh, they're like an electrician.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but they fucking leave your fucking shit a mess.
Yeah.
Then you clean it up for them to go in there, and they fucking just shit everywhere. But I mean, I get it. Like, that's not what you're paying them for.
Yeah.
But I mean, fucking,
he's got to fix problems. He's not cleaning up.
Yeah. You can take the rag with you though. You know what I mean? You think? Throw it. But anyway, no, it's you lean on him, man. One time on Saturday day, our boat had caught fire, and because our exhaust was not ventilated well enough, like we had an addition built onto the boat and kind of built a closet around the exhaust and had a vent in there.
Yeah,
but it wasn't enough, and then so it heated. The exhaust got so hot, the roof of the boat caught on fire.
Damn.
And so like we like emptied every extinguisher that we had on the boat onto the fire, and like just like got a bunch more extinguishers, and then like limped home so the exhaust wouldn't get so hot. And then the mechanic comes down, he's like telling us, he's like, yeah, he's like, well, that's hot. He's like, we'll spray it again, douse it, and get some new fire extinguishers aboard. He's like, all we got to really do is just cut that hole a little bit bigger, and we'll leave the door open, which is the door to the fucking 1,000 horsepower engine. We'll leave that door open. And you guys be good. And then so we sailed around like that for about 3 months until everybody was like felt confident enough to shut the door. Like, okay, it's not going to heat up again. But
what's the name of that? I lived around a boat shop when I was a kid, and that was the thing. Anytime you had a boat with an inboard motor, there was a fan that had to be on. Yeah, like if that fan broke, your boat's catching on fire.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of them. They're liquid cooled now, but they still need air to like an intake on them, right?
Yeah.
But we were idiots. Like the fucking boat fills up with fucking smoke, and we're like fucking trying to air it out, but like all we're really doing is fueling the fire. You know what I mean? Just bonehead fucking stuff. We were up on I was like, it was foggy out, right? And then I was like, is that fucking fog? And then I was like, no, that's fucking smoke. And I was like, it's coming out of this spot. Since it was coming out in the roof, it was coming out where all the electrical wires run up to the mast of the boat. So I was like up there thinking we had an electrical fire, but the lights were on. So I'm like checking the electrical fucking things to see if any of them feel hot through my gloves out in the middle of the ocean.
And you wouldn't think out in the middle of the ocean that a fire would be a problem because you're surrounded by water.
Dangerous.
But if that boat burns, you're fucking done.
And they're dry, man. They're dry. Because the engines, sucking all the fucking air and moisture out of it, right, of the air around it. So like they're fiberglass, which is super flammable, and wood, and the wood is super dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing's more flammable than a boat.
So the fishing boats are all wood and fiberglass, so they're not metal boats.
Some of them are fiber. Oh, no, that's not true. I mean, there's aluminum boats and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they're more expensive. They're not. You know what I mean? Anything. Yeah.
I think I've seen.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that too.
They're like, for the past like 60 years,
they've all been the same.
There's a beautiful aluminum boat on Grand Manan called Mo Pressure.
Mo Pressure.
Yeah. If anybody ever wants to look it up, all five of you.
Okay. What do you prefer?
I don't really know. I like my boat.
Yeah.
I fish on a Doucette Hall.
I've noticed there's a spare boat at a camp that I go to that I'll use sometimes when I don't want to take mine out, and it's an aluminum boat, and I'm always like, I love the wooden boat a lot more because it absorbs the waves. Yeah. The aluminum boat's always shaking and stuff.
Yeah, there's like another job on Grand Manan you can do and it's you pick adults or whatever. You ever heard of adults or whatever?
Yeah, no, I know a lot of like drug addict girls that would do that as a hobby.
Pick adults, yeah. But it's anyway,
picking clams.
It's adults is quite popular these days within the health market or whatever. And when you harvest adults, you go out on a beach and on a boat that's called a dory, And what a dory is shaped similar to a canoe, so you can beach it.
Mm-hmm.
And when the waves come in, they break on the back of the boat. Instead of like if you have a flat boat, it'll fuck your boat up.
Yep.
If you have a dory, the waves break around it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can leave it on the beach, right? And you pick the seaweed, and then on whatever.
Then
low
hop
water.
back in and go.
But they're like super tippy. And then if dory is made out of plywood, it'll be like more stable
Yep.
and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's made out of planks, like strips like a canoe, it's more tippy but fast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But
You get the pros and the cons.
pros and cons.
How long have you been on the boat that you're on right now?
I've been on it. I've been fishing for 8 years, and I've been on this boat for 7, which is a long time in the fishing industry.
Was that first boat a mess?
No, first boat was beautiful. It was actually on like for my captain's brother. I was
Okay.
on, I just like worked there for a year, and then the job opened up. I was just the easiest guy to hire.
Yeah.
And then I fish on a double gang, which is 563 traps. And
You said it's 60. It's a
500.
60 foot.
563 traps on our boat's like 49 foot
Yeah.
plus like a 5-foot extension
Okay.
of like aluminum extension, and it has like 1,000 horsepower engine in it, or like
Wow.
one just under it. Goes to like 14 or 15 knots.
Okay, so 0 to 60 and never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty. It's
It still moves.
pretty fast for something that big, man.
Yeah. Turbo diesel,
Yeah,
1,000
big-
horsepower.
Yeah. But you get to run it wide open a couple times a year.
Hmm.
We've had problems with ours, but that's just
It's the name of the game.
the name of the game.
Name of the game. You're going back fishing here. You're on a little break right now. You're going
Yeah,
back fishing
I'm on
soon?
spring break. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else. It's March, right?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to date this? Yeah, it's March.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
This is March
Well-
something.
Yeah. So no, I'm just on a March break, man. So I was coming up here and hang out with you.
This will come out tomorrow.
Yeah, nice.
This will come out tomorrow. So you're watching this right now. It's just the day before.
Just the day before.
Yeah, it's just the day before. Little beer. We are not sponsored by Moosehead, but it felt appropriate. You know, we're New Brunswick guys.
Still saw bottles in the liquor store. How long? Didn't they quit making bottles? Moosehead did.
I don't know. Is that fuck, man? Things keep changing. Life just keeps changing.
Crazy world, man.
Tim Hortons brought back the actual roll up the rim.
You guys are rolling up the rim again?
I go to McDonald's a lot, but
Yeah,
I just know there was one time where like roll up was back, and I don't think you could roll up the rim. They just wanted you to scan the QR code, and I was just like, Tim Hortons is dead.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
You got to scan QR code to get your roll up.
To get your donut. Yeah.
I could just imagine like everybody that works at Tim Hortons that just like landed here
Tell you
and their
who's-
manager being like, these Canadians, this is like Christmas for them. Roll up is like the greatest time of year for these people.
I tell you who's not sponsoring the show is Tim Hortons.
No, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons ain't sponsoring nothing. They are on death's doorstep. Fuck, we just lost Toys R Us. Tim Hortons is next.
Yeah. If you got anything to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, believe me. Fucking Tim Hortons and CBC. Get rid of them.
There you go.
I was on Global when I was a kid.
Big global guy.
Well, no, we did like a play for school, and then this Global crew came and interviewed us. And I didn't watch the news that night, but then I got to school the next day, and all my teachers and everybody were like, you talked very well on the interview, and I was like, Global, that's my boys. Fuck CBC.
Bruce Frisco. What up?
Yeah, Bruce Frisco. Thank God there's no allegations against Bruce Frisco because he's got the name for being a little frisky, right? Oh man.
I don't know.
Anybody on the island end up in the Epstein files? It's got to be someone.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. No, maybe.
Islands are getting a bad reputation right now.
It is bad time. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, to be calling yourself an islander.
Prince
Yeah.
Andrew never came to Grand Manan.
No, I don't think. No, I don't know about. No, I mean, I'm sure there's some. Yeah.
I want to see Grand Manan get big.
Yeah.
I want to see something happen.
I don't.
there.
Yeah.
Not bad, but like something cool happen there that it puts on the map. Because I'll tell people about like the show that I was doing there,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised about how many people in New Brunswick don't even know Grand Manan exists.
Yeah, I kind of like it, but
Yeah,
I like having it. I like to. Well, I mean, I don't like it. I mean, I would like to do the shows there, man, and get people to come there. But it's nice being in control of it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's fun, man. It's like
It's peaceful
it's
over
a peaceful
there.
spot,
It's a peaceful
man.
place.
It's like you can't have both.
You know, when you
can't-
were talking about Renforth,
Yeah,
so you know the Kingston Peninsula?
100%.
I lived there as a kid, and people that would move there would always like petition that they wanted a bridge there, and everybody that lived there, we were
Yeah.
like, fuck no.
Fuck
We
no
don't
bridge.
want a bridge. If there's a bridge, it's going to look like Rossay in like 10 years.
Yeah.
We'll stick with the ferry and waiting for an hour to get over to the other side
Yeah,
just to keep that peace.
yeah,
No one's building a bridge to Grand Manan.
yeah. Definitely probably weren't running a deficit those years, were they?
No.
'Cause like, you know what I mean.
Oh, man.
Socialists.
Well, they're having
build
fun.
a bridge, but no, I hear you. No, that'd be quite a bridge, man. Grand Manan's a ways off there.
Yeah.
Like 30 miles or so.
Oh, it'd be the biggest bridge in the world.
Yeah. You'd probably have to
It'd
go.
beat that one in China.
You'd have to go tunnel.
Yeah, it would be a tunnel.
You'd have to go tunnel. It'd be a deep tunnel.
God, I'm telling you though, man, when I was sick on that island
Yeah.
and I was just like, I knew that I was like stranded, and then Kive, because I could hear Kive and what's his face sitting there fucking just chit chatting back and forth, and I was just like, and I was like, it was getting bad, man. After like I think the 20th time I threw up,
Yeah.
I could hear Kive in the background being like, man, maybe. Is there like a hospital over here or something? And then some other voice, I didn't know who it was just being like, oh, not really. But I mean, like, if he's really sick, I mean, there's a plane and they get him back. And I'm sitting there. I was like, my life. I was like on the edge of death.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, there's a plane.
Yeah.
There's a plane. You can
There's
get me out of here
hope.
now. And then someone else was just like, yeah, but if he throws up on it, they'll charge him $200. And then I'm sitting there being like, $200?
Yeah.
That's all?
And I can throw up on the plane.
Yes. Get me
Yeah.
on this plane.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the charter service. There definitely is a plane.
Like an emergency plane to get someone back to the mainland.
Like,
if some-
hospital, like for life.
I thought I was
alert.
dying of alcohol poisoning. man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you probably sounds like you may have had a touch of it.
A little touch.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Like a little bit of the autism,
Yeah,
but alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, I mean,
I swear I could feel like my arms were going numb.
yeah,
Like I kept having to like force feeling back into my extremities but I'm thinking maybe that might have just been because of the cold. Because you guys were right. You guys all told me that you're like, man, at 3:00 in the morning, it's gonna be soaking
for the
wet.
record, I was like, the first thing I said was,
You were gonna let me
I
sleep
said
in your truck.
no. First thing I said was, because we had a place lined up and it fell through, and then I said, I'll go get us a room, get you guys a room at the motel, but I unfortunately would have to take it from the door money.
Yeah.
Which we were going to split.
Yes.
And then I said, and you guys can have what's left over. Or you guys could have the door money. And you guys said, what do you guys want?
Yeah, we wanted to stay out. Well,
Yeah,
we wanted money. We wanted money. Man, comedians,
wasn't-
when we don't get paid for shit, it's hard.
I
so
know,
we,
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying, but that was the
You did offer
that was the
the
reality
reality
of
of
the
it, yes.
situation.
yes.
You know what I mean? There was a motel.
There was
So
a motel.
I mean, it makes the story better. And I accept some of the blame. The accommodations I'm nailed.
I'm not blaming you.
No,
I'm blaming the
Yeah,
whoever
yeah.
had the place with
Doesn't matter.
the critters. We're not getting into that.
Yeah, but it fell through.
I've told hundreds of people this
yeah,
story.
yeah, whatever. yeah.
Oh,
So they
man.
catch it live.
What?
They got to catch that story live.
They gotta
right?
catch
We
that
don't have
story
to give
live.
away your act, man.
Yeah, no.
Save that.
Or watch episode. Fuck, I don't even remember now
Yeah.
at this point.
8
Episode 5, I think.
5 through 8. Yeah, really drug it out for a few days.
Yeah. Oh man. No, I've had a good run with that joke. It runs a little long now, so I've shortened it up a little bit. But just the fact that like, it still does remain the only time that I ever did a comedy show that a woman took her clothes off
It
in the
happened.
middle of the
It's
show.
the bigger reveal. We've been building towards it for probably an hour and a half now on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah. Middle of a show.
I swear
That's
to God,
rockstar.
when I-
Rockstar material, man.
It felt
happens.
it felt big.
It felt big, man. It's crazy.
You know what else
I
was
was
big?
like,
Her
all right,
fucking
this
melons.
fucking show worked.
When I saw her in the back and she took off her shirt, all I wanted to do was take a full beer and throw it into the back and have her just go, just break it apart with those melons. Massive
I mean, it was
boost.
like, well, she's having fun.
She was having a good time.
You know what I mean? That's
good
crazy.
for her.
Twice. You know what I mean?
She wasn't at the second one,
No.
but the second time, yeah. No,
yeah,
there's
she took her
two
the
two
dress,
two
there
times
was
she
two
took her
reveals.
clothes off.
2 reveals.
Two reveals.
That's crazy at a game of Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity comedy show.
First run.
Yeah.
Second run, close stayed on, a lot more organized.
Yeah. Second time was
we were
very organized. It was a very good show. I liked
yeah.
the second time.
Yeah,
First time just felt
like
like
it was magic, man.
Yeah.
It really was.
First time
It
felt
was
just
fucking
crazy.
magic, man.
Yeah.
The beautiful night out on that deck, man. It was. It was a beautiful night.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I know
Fucking
the later part of that night got really dark, but like leading up to that, it was just like I had a car with no back seat.
Oh,
I'm
man.
getting a
It was
comedian to
just
sit in a
like-
lawn chair all the way over on the ferry. I was just like,
Fucking-
this is going to be the craziest night of our lives. And then it
Fucking kinda
basically was.
There was. I mean, we had a good crowd. There's 45 people there.
People
Out
had
on
fun.
that, on that deck, man. Having fun. Had no clue what we were doing. I did that all off my phone, like fucking ran the music and fucking DJ'd that thing, man, and fucking kept that all together.
I was barely like a year into comedy at that time, maybe a year and a half into comedy. So it was something. I want some. That's why I had to go back the second time. I wanted redemption. I was just like, I'm more skilled. I'm more honed. I'm not sleeping outside. I'm gonna do great this time.
Man, you were fucking great during the fucking. Everyone after a while. I mean, Jeff Pennell, God bless his soul, not much of a chatter.
Yeah.
So, but Michelle, man, and you and I on the fucking podcast on the fucking second show, man, we're having fun, man. Michelle is fucking funny, man.
That's my mom.
Yeah. God bless her.
Yeah, God bless her.
She's fucking funny, man. And she was Sean's in that fucking show, man.
Yes.
And we're gonna get it out. It's gonna happen.
We got to do a third one.
Oh man,
we got to do a third one.
I'm gonna get organized. It's March, right? I've been using my brain a little bit lately, so I'm gonna start organizing. I'm gonna do at least 3 or 4 of them this summer.
Thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking on a show.
I would like to do them as a run, man. Have like a little. I know people hate to throw out the word comedy competition.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could do a tournament. It'd be just like a roast battle. No, but not even as mean.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I've done a few roasts, man. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
fun.
sure it is fun, but you know what I
is.
mean? Like we could have Michelle won the last one or cheated or said she won anyway. It sounds like
she cheated. No, you cheated the whole freaking game. You were just hoarding cards.
Yeah,
but we
I
let
didn't
her. I
have
wanted
no
her to win.
cards. I wasn't playing. I was just
I
hosting.
bombed.
Yeah.
I bombed that game.
You know, man, but there's some funny stuff, man. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's funny. You can just hear beer crack every fucking 3 seconds.
Can I out the thing that happened halfway through the show?
Oh yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I mean it's all fucking. We didn't have nothing out.
So there was like a tentative thing because we were inside, and I was like, "Can I smoke in here?" And you were like, later on, and then I gave you a look partway through the show, and I was like, "Is it good?" And you're like, "If you do it, then fine." And I lit up a cigarette inside, and then it's just like I lit it, and you could see the whole crowd being
man.
like,
There was
"Oh,
people-
we can smoke in here."
Oh man,
We had
people
to
were
open
telling
the
me.
door.
People were telling me, man, there were people in there smoking. I don't even smoke cigarettes. Fucking smoking cigarette in there, and then man, what was crazy about it is we served dalts at the fucking for the show, man. So there was no cigarette smell next day, just straight dalts.
Yeah, it was the
was
room wanted it.
unbelievable. Oh man, yeah, I was just hitting my vape on stage, but you can't do that everywhere. I mean, it's all right because it was like I just rented a space and got a liquor license.
It was a
was
callback.
like-
It was a callback to an older time. It
Yeah,
felt so
yeah,
cool.
oh yeah, but it was a
Yeah.
performance. I mean, we were recording a fucking show in a spot I rented, so
Yep.
I don't think I broke no fucking laws.
No, it was performance
what I
art.
mean?
Like that's why
You know what I mean?
what's his face? Dave
But it's
Chappelle.
fucking-
They'll smoke on stage because they're performing. They
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the pass
Yeah,
to do it. So
I mean, we recorded it. It exists. We gotta get it out there. We haven't broken the law. I guess it's like I got the recording.
yeah.
But it's fucking funny because you asked me that, and one of the fucking people in the crowd are like, "We smoking in here? What?" Grand Manan.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, if we leave the door open, I think we're good. I think we're good, man."
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was fucking fun. The fire department. Anyway, I don't want to be getting anybody. It was. Yeah, I mean, we like to have a good time, man.
No, I think
that?
I think Grand Manan's a really good time. I've appreciated my Grand Manan adventures
Yeah.
for sure, and I hope to have some more. So if people want to get on that show,
Okay.
where are they gonna find
I
it?
got Comedians Against Humanity.
Comedians Against Humanity.
Comedians Against Humanity on Facebook.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at right now with it because I'm just figuring it out. I have my friend Josh Johnson. Shout out to Josh. Gives me a hand with doing a lot of the audio and stuff and editing. And like I said, we did that show in May last year, and then I had some personal things I had to deal with that I didn't get to kind of follow through with it in the summer. And then, you know what I mean? Spring's coming.
Yep.
It's hard to be an idea guy. And fucking have ADD.
Oh man, you're telling
know what
me
I
I gotta be
mean?
under the gun all the time.
You know what I mean? But no, we got it. We're gonna get it to going, man. It was fucking so fucking fun. And yeah, and fishing, man, I don't know. It's not really anything I fucking really wish upon anybody. But you know,
it's paying the bills. It's
paying
keeping
the
you
bills,
happy.
man. And
Looking after the kids and the wife.
It's addictive, man. It's got highs. And it's got lows.
Highs and lows. Everybody, check out Comedians Against Humanity on Grand Manan, especially if you're in like the southern New Brunswick region. It's a beautiful place, especially the summer. The more summer shows, there's motels over there. You can see some whales. It's the best place to go and shag your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's a great spot. I've had fun. Rorey Chamberlain.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, guys.
Check them out on Facebook, guys. We gotta take another piss.
Yeah. See
Cheers.
you later. Cheers.
Boom.
Good job, man.